Students, in this video, we will be discussing about national income concept. National income concept is a macroeconomic concept. Through national income, we decide the income of an entire nation. If we want to know what is the income of a particular economy or a particular country, we analyze and calculate national income concepts. So, national income concepts includes various sub-concepts. By discussing each and every point, we will be able to identify what will be the national income and how we can calculate national income of a particular country. So, we are having a three sub-points for a national income, that is GDP. GDP stands for Gross Domestic Product. Next, we are having GNP, Gross National Product. And next we are having NNP, that is Net National Product. So what we have to do, we have to convert a GDP into a NNP. NNP is the national income. Once we find it out NNP, NNP will be known as the national income of particular country. So GDP is the gross domestic product. GDP means the market value of all the goods and services produced in a particular geographical limit of a particular country is known as gross domestic product. So gross domestic product is the market value of all the goods and services produced within the geographical limit of a particular country is known as GDP. And that will be known as GDP at market price. Next, we are having gross national product. Gross national product is when we adjust net factor income from abroad to GDP, so that GDP is converted into gross national product. So GNP is nothing else. What we are doing is we are doing certain adjustment in GDP, and that will become GNP. So we are having GDP when we adjust net factor income from abroad. So that will be known as gross national product. Now, what is this net factor income from abroad is? Now, this net factor income from abroad is income earned by Indian nationals outside India minus income earned by foreign nationals in India. So that is known as net factor income from abroad. So what we are doing basically, we are adding the income earned by Indians outside India, and we are adjusting income earned by non-Indians, foreigner nationals in India. So that will become gross national product. So gross national product can be understood something like this. When we want to know what is earned by the Indian nationals, whether in India or outside India. So anything which is been earned by Indian nationals in India or outside India is known as gross national product. Let's take an example to understand it better. Suppose there is an Indian company, and that Indian company got an order. There is a software consultancy company in India, and that company got an consultancy job order from US. Now that consultancy company create a team. That team is being sent to US. They perform their job, consultancy work in US. They get their revenue in the US, and they don't transmit it to India. So the income earned by that software consultancy company will form part of GDP or GNP. So it won't form part of GDP since the services which we have offered is something beyond the geographical limit of India. So the company has visited US and they have offered their services in US. So, so the question of goods produced within the geographical limit of India is not met. So anything which is been earned by the Indian company by offering their service to by going outside India won't become part of GDP, but it will be a part of gross national product. In the same manner, there is a foreign company which has their business operations in India. They are producing goods in India earlier and they are exporting it to some other country. So that will be the part of GDP since with the Indian company or foreign company, we have not categorized in that manner what we have taken. Anything which is being any goods and services which is being produced within the geographical limit of India will be known as GDP. So if a foreign company is operating in India, they are producing goods, they are offering their services, so that will be a part of gross domestic product since goods and services can be produced or offered by any Indian entity or any foreign entity. But when we're talking about GNP, so we don't take it into consideration because we take into consideration only income earned by Indian nationals. So GDP has in it uh, income earned by foreigners in India, but GDP don't have income earned by Indians outside India. So what we are doing is this NIFA, net factor income from abroad, is basically adjusting that thing. So what we are doing in NIFA, we are adding income earned by Indian national outside India that has been added to GDP, and we extract from the GDP the income earned by foreign entities in India. So that is already a part of GDP. So we are excluding it from the GDP. So when we do this adjustment, so our GDP is converted into gross national product. Now, what we are doing to gross national product is we are converting it to net national product. So GNP. When we adjust depreciation from GNP, so it will become net national product. So NNP is net national product. That is when we adjust depreciation from gross domestic product, it has been converted into net national product. So we have discussed GDP, GNP, and NNP. NNP is the national income. Next, how we can measure uh, this national income. So there are three methods to measure it. That is value added method, income method, and expenditure method. First, value added method. Value added method means it is also called output method, is used to measure the contribution and economy's production unit to the GDP at market price. So value added method means so whatever value has been added by each and every entity to the product, when we add up the value of all the output, so that will become gross domestic product at market price. So what we are doing for this, we are classifying all the economic activities into three categories. That is primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. So primary sector is agriculture and allied activities. What we did, we to know what output has been, what value add this has been added by the Indian industry. We cannot study all the entities into a single umbrella. So what we have done, we have categorized it to for the better study and understanding. So in India, all the business activities will be belonging either of this sector, either primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. So primary sector is specifically for the agriculture and allied activities. Allied activities includes fisheries, animal husbandry, horticulture, anything uh, that relates to agriculture. It's become part of primary sector. Next is secondary sector. All the manufacturing activity other than agriculture and allied activities will become part of secondary sector. And tertiary sector is all the service sector, financial services, consultancy services, IT services, any kind of services that will be forming part of tertiary sector. And once we find it out what is being produced or what value has been added by these sectors, and we add up in a particular year, and we add up the value of output of all these three sectors, so that will be becoming our national. So what we will be doing once we classify these sectors, uh, we will be identifying net value added. Net value added is also known as net domestic product of each sector. Please, we are going to identify net value added by each sector. Then we will be adding it up. When we add up all the value added by the sectors, so that will be known as net domestic product at factor cost. So net value added at factor cost or gross domestic product factor cost are same. Then we will be estimating net factor income from abroad, and that net factor income from abroad will be added to the net domestic product at factor cost. So once we are doing so we will be getting net national product at factor cost. So in earlier slide we have discussed national income is net national product. Again, what we have done, we have find it out the net national product factor cost, and for doing so, what we have done, we have classified sectors into three categories. We find it out the output, value of output of a particular year for every sector. We add up all those value, that will become our net domestic product at factor cost. Then we will be finding out our net factor income from abroad, and then we will be adjusting or adding that net factor income from abroad to net domestic product at factor cost. So once we added up these two values, we will be getting our net national product at factor cost. This is the first method of calculating national income. Second method we have is income method. Income method is also known as factor income method. It is used to calculate the income of all the factors of production. Now we are having various factors of production, that is land, labor, capital, and organization. So we are having three factors of production, and once we find it out what all the factors of productions, the income earned by all the factors of production in a particular year, so that will be becoming our national income. So what we will be doing it, factor income Land will be generating rent as a factor income. Labor, the income earned by the labor is the salary. So the compensation paid to the employees will be the income of the labor, factor income of the labor. Next, we are having interest. Interest is the factor income of capital. So one of the factors of production is capital, and on capital, what income we are earning? Rent or interest. So interest is the factor income of capital. Organization, what organization earns? Organization earns profit. So the profits earned by the organization in a particular year will be factor income for the organization. Now last we are having mixed income. Mixed income means there are certain firms which are working on a sole proprietorship basis. Means the owner is the labor and the owner is entitled to the profit also. So in case of mixed income, we will be adding compensation to employees and profit. Since the individual is entitled to the compensation to employees also, since there's a single person, he is the labor of the organization, he is the owner of the organization, so he will be entitled to two factor income, that is compensation to employees and profit. So in case of mixed income, all those firms which has single person as the owner and the labor itself, there is no other employees are involved, a single person is carrying on all the business activities, for them we will be going for mixed income. So, so mixed income uh, is the add up of composition, since the individual is working as the employee, so we composition to employee will be added up, and that individual is also entitled to the profit of the organization, so profit is also added up, so that is become our mixed income. Now by adding up all these incomes, what we will be getting, we will be getting at net domestic product at factor cost. So we are getting it at net domestic product factor cost. What we will be doing, we will be adding net factor income from abroad to it, net factor income from abroad. So again, once we do so, what we will be getting, we will be getting net national product at factor cost. So adding up all these five incomes is the net domestic product factor cost, and we added up net factor income from abroad. It will be converted to net national product at factor cost. This will be known as our national income. So this is our income method for finding out the national income.